Splash FM 105.5.
Quick, charge at 240.
Hot news, cool vibes, sports, and more on the Integrity Station.
The time is 1 o'clock from Splash 105.5 FM, the Integrity Station. I'm Ronke Giwa Onafuwa. First, the news headlines. President Buhari holds security meeting with service chiefs before medical trip to London. Kogi State are ready to administer COVID-19 vaccine, received doses today. On the foreign scene, world leaders call for international pandemic treaty. And in sports, Alex Iwobi tests negative for COVID-19. Those are the headlines. Now the news in detail. President Muhammadu Buhari today presided over a security meeting at the State House. This took place hours before his scheduled trip to the United Kingdom today for a routine medical checkup. In attendance were the service chiefs, including the Chief of Defense Staff, Lucky Rabo, who arrived at the State House shortly before 10 a.m. The Chief of Army Staff, Ibrahim Tahiru, Chief of Naval Staff, Awel Gambo, and the Chief of Air Staff, Vice Marshal Isiaka Mao, are also in attendance. Those also present at the meeting are the Vice President, Professor Yemi Osinbajo, the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Boss Mustafa, Chief of Staff to the President, Ibrahim Gambari, and the National Security Advisor, Babagana Monguno. In the meantime, President Muhammadu Buhari has said Nigerians are better and even stronger together as a nation. He disclosed this at the 12th colloquium of the national leader of the All Progressive Congress, APC, Bola Tinubu, held in Kano. The president, who participated virtually in the event to mark the 69th birthday of the former two-term governor of Lagos State, commended the celebrant for always being an advocate of unity and cohesion in Nigeria. President Buhari said Nigerians must count their blessings in Nigeria and see in them the crucial factors of peace and unity.
Despite occasional inter-ethnic tensions in our national history, it seems to me that we have all agreed on one point, that notwithstanding our diversity of ethnicity, culture, language, and religion, Nigerians are better together, even stronger together. Asiwaju himself is a known advocate of unity and cohesion in Nigeria. This has been a constant factor in his outstanding political career.
In the same development, Chief Bola Tinubu has asked the federal government to recruit 50 million youths into the Nigerian army in a bid to oust the insurgents and miscreants threatening the nation's peace. According to the former Lagos State governor, the insurgents and bandits are taking advantage of the high unemployment in the country and are recruiting the youths to indulge in their criminal activities. Tinubu emphasized that the nation is under-policed, adding that drafting the youth into various national security agencies should not be based solely on educational qualification or literacy. At the Kano event, which also served as a celebration of the APC chieftain's 69th birthday, he urged the government to create opportunities in agriculture to stem the unemployment rate. Now, chairman of Nigerian Governors Forum, Governor Kayode Fayemi, says proceeds of banditry and kidnapping are being used to fuel insurgency within the Northeast. The Ekiti State Governor told this to State House correspondents after meeting with President Muhammadu Buhari at the State House in Abuja. Governor Fayemi was of the opinion that military action alone would not be sufficient in the war against the insurgents. Fayemi insisted there are reasons to believe that there is a correlation between activities of bandits in the northwest, kidnapping in the southwest, and insurgency in the northeast. According to him, the nation is in urgent need of a political will to bridge the gap between the government and the youth, as well as synergy among security operatives to tackle the Boko Haram crisis.
I also don't think we are naive enough to think that it's simply a military action that will resolve all these security challenges. They have root causes, and the root causes require political will, political action on our part against poverty, against inequality, against disconnections between our youth and the government, because these are some of the things that have pushed younger people into harm's way and into becoming cannon fodder for those who don't have the interests of our country at heart and are ready to destroy the country. And there is a direct correlation, I've said this to you before, between insurgency in the northeast and what we're seeing manifesting itself as banditry in the northwest or kidnapping in the southwest.
To the judiciary, the Governorship Election Petitions Tribunal in Benin, the Edo State capital, on Monday dismissed 4 remaining petitions against Governor Godwin Obaseki and his deputy, Philip Shaibu. A 3-man panel headed by Justice Yunusa Musa held that the petitions lacked merit. The petitioners challenged Obaseki's qualification to contest the last September 19 governorship election, which he won. The tribunal held there was no evidence that Obaseki forged his UI certificate, nor was he guilty of double nomination by the APC and PDP. It unanimously declared that ADP, its governorship candidate, the All Progressives Congress, and candidate Pastor Osage Izeyamo failed to prove the allegations. The Minister of Transportation, Rotimi Amechi, has said that the federal government has borrowed about $2.5 billion for the construction of a railway linking Lagos to Ibadan. He stated this during an interview with newsmen. The minister, during an interview with newsmen, explained that the federal government's decision to extend the rail line to the nation's seaports is for the economic benefit associated with it. Amechi noted that the Federal Executive Council had approved the 2 basic loan facilities presented by the Ministry of Transportation. The Kogi State government has expressed readiness to start administering the COVID-19 vaccine to residents. The State Commissioner for Health, Saka Haruna, said that Kogi would receive doses of the vaccine today. He noted that residents will be given unhindered access to receive the vaccine. Kogi is the only state yet to start administering the Oxford AstraZeneca vaccine to residents 3 weeks after Nigeria began its rollout. When the vaccine doses arrived in Nigeria, Governor Yahaya Bello, who had repeatedly denied the existence of COVID-19 in Kogi, said he will not subject the people of Kogi State to vaccination. It's still the 1 p.m. news on Splash 105.5 FM. Still ahead, world leaders call for international pandemic treaty. And in sports, Alex will be tested negative for COVID-19. We'll take a break now. When we come back, we'll bring you more stories. So please stay with us.
Iná mọ̀nàmọ́ná a máa fúnni ní ìmọ́lẹ̀ a sì máa mú ìdẹ̀rùn wá láti wá dènà ìjàmbá iná mọ̀nàmọ́ná. Ojúlówó wáyà tàbí kébù ló yẹ ká fi fa iná nínú ilé, lọ́fíìsì àti nínú ìlú. Purchem wires and cables ní àwọn ilé-iṣẹ́ mọ̀nàmọ́ná àti àwọn agbaṣẹ́ṣe yàn láàyò. Ojúlówó ni kì í bó lára, kò kì í jóná àbáàdì, kì í kán sínú, ó sì fini lọ́kàn balẹ̀. Ìdí nìyí tí Standard Organization of Nigeria fi fòǹtẹ̀tẹ̀ tí Nigeria Electrical Contractors náà fi dìbò fún. Bí copper cable ṣe wà ní aluminium cable ń bẹ nípele lówó tí kò gúnpá. Purchem wires and cables tó jẹ́ ọ̀kan lára àwọn ọmọ ẹgbẹ́ Kaman ló ń ṣe ojúlówó wires and cable jáde. Olú ilé-iṣẹ́ Purchem wires and cables limited wà ní Prince Compound, Fort Gate, number 122/132, Oṣòdì Àpápá Expressway, Ìyànà Sọ̀lọ̀ bus stop, Lagos. Ẹ̀rọ ìbánisọ̀rọ̀ wọn ni 080-803-257. Purchem wires and cables. Ìrọ̀rùn fi iná mọ̀nàmọ́ná.
ìdánilẹ́kọ̀ọ́ tó gbámúṣé pẹ̀lú ọgbọ́n àkọ́ni tó tẹ̀wọ̀n àti ohun èlò amẹ́kọ̀ọ́yéni tó sunwọ̀n tí akẹ́kọ̀ọ́ fi lóye kíkún nímọ̀ tó wọ̀yàmì. APS tutorial classes lónìí yẹn gbogbo akẹ́kọ̀ọ́ tó ṣetán láti gba ìdánilẹ́kọ̀ọ́ tó yanrantí tẹ́sí ṣàṣeyege nínú ìdánwò post UTME WAEC NECO àti SSCE ẹ̀mọ́ náà wé ìdààmú sọ́kọ́lọ́wọ́. APS tutorial classes kájú ẹ̀ àwọn olùkọ́ wọn dángájá bẹ́ẹ̀ láyìíká wọn dáa fàgbọ́yé ẹ̀kọ́ owó morning and evening classes wọn ò gún pa ẹ̀yin òbí àtàlágbàtọ́ ẹ̀ wá forúkọ ọmọ yín lẹ̀ lọ́fẹ̀ẹ́ fún morning and evening classes fún UTME post UTME SSCE WAEC àti NECO ní APS tutorial classes tó wà lágbègbè yín lẹ́bàá mobil petrol station UI àdójúkọ Zenith Bank Iwo Road beside Masak petrol station oríta apẹ̀rin ODBC terminus celebo stop Old Ife Road pẹ̀lú East Grace Plaza Ẹlẹ́yẹlé Ìbàdàn 08106156116 tàbí 00508549922. Mr. Apes ní kẹ́ máa fọwọ́ yín láti dènà àrùn COVID-19.
Let's get ready for Easter like no other.
Here we go again. Money, spending.
Come on, honey. Plenty options for us to pick from the Foodco Easter Sales Bonanza to celebrate Easter with range of incredible low prices.
Really, darling?
Yes, of course. For flash sale incredible offer. Buy Big Bull Rice 25 kg at 11,999 naira 99 kobo. And get Coca-Cola 50cl pack of 12. And Sinola Soya Oil 1 liter free.
What?
Other great offers include Malta Guinness pack of 6 at 749 naira 99 kobo. Milo Energy drink 500 gram refill at naira 49 naira 99 kobo. Buy Binotton Blender BLG 403 and get Lola Soya Oil 1.9 liters free. Dry Iron D1 108 and get Sunlight Detergent 900 gram free. Plus many more mouth-watering offers this Easter at Foodco.
Wow.
And take advantage of Foodco Easter Awu available in all Foodco outlets in Ibadan. Promo runs from 26th March to 5th April. Offers available while stock lasts. Terms and conditions apply.
You are welcome back to the news on Splash 105.5 FM. Now turning to the foreign scene. British Prime Minister Boris Johnson has joined more than 20 world leaders in calling for a new global settlement to help the world prepare for future pandemics. In a newspaper article, the leaders, including the German Chancellor and French President, said COVID posed the biggest challenge since World War II. They said that the pandemic has shown nobody is safe until everyone is safe. Writing in the Daily Telegraph and publications such as Le Monde in France and El País in Spain, the 24 leaders argue that a treaty similar to that reached in the wake of World War II is needed to build cross-border cooperation. And China has passed sweeping changes to Hong Kong's electoral rules, which will tighten its control over the city. The number of directly elected seats in parliament has been cut almost by half, and prospective members' parliament will first be vetted by a pro-Beijing committee to ensure their loyalty to the mainland. The government said that the aim is to ensure only patriotic figures can run for positions of power. Critics warn it will mean the end of democracy as it removes all opposition from the city parliament. The death toll in the Myanmar military's crackdown on protesters has passed 500 as armed rebel groups today threaten the junta with retaliation if the bloodshed does not stop. World powers have ramped up their condemnation of the military's campaign against the anti-coup movement that is demanding the restoration of the elected government and the release of civilian leader Aung San Suu Kyi. Adding to that pressure campaign, a trio of ethnic rebel groups today condemned the crackdown and threatened to fight alongside protesters unless the military reined in its violence. And finally, in sports, the Nigeria Football Federation has announced that Super Eagles player Alex Iwobi has tested negative for COVID-19. Officials of the Super Eagles team questioned Iwobi's COVID-19 positive test result that forced the Everton FC man to miss Nigeria's African Cup of Nations qualifier against the Benin Republic last Saturday. He was replaced by Galatasaray's Henry Onyekuru in the game that ended 1-0 in favour of the Eagles. The test result also meant that the 24-year-old, who immediately went into isolation, may not feature in the team's game against Lesotho, which will be played at the Teslim Balogun Stadium in Lagos today. However, the NFF in a tweet this morning announced that further tests carried out on the player returned negative. Manchester City has announced that record goal scorer Sergio Aguero will leave the club at the end of the season. The 32-year-old striker's contract expires at the end of the season and has been told it will not be renewed. The Argentine, who signed from Atletico Madrid in 2011, has scored 257 goals in 384 appearances for the club. He will be honoured by a statue at Etihad Stadium alongside title-winning captain Vincent Kompany and influential playmaker David Silva, who left the club in 2019 and 2020 respectively. All right, just before we go, a recap of the headlines. President Buhari today held security meeting with service chiefs before medical trip to London. And Kogi State has shown readiness to administer COVID-19 vaccine, received doses today. World leaders have called for international pandemic treaty as Alex Iwobi has tested negative for COVID-19. For more details on the news, visit our website on www.splashfm1055.com. Now, you can download the Splash FM mobile app on iOS, BlackBerry World and Google Play Store to listen live, get news update, opinion poll, and also report an event live to us through the iReport feature. To download, simply go to any of the stores mentioned and search for Splash FM 105.5, then click to download. We have now come to the end of the news on Splash 105.5 FM, the integrity station and the best radio station in the southwest of the country. The news editor is Tunde Olawu, assisted by Ayo Olubusi. I'm Ronke Giwa Onafuwa. Good afternoon and thank you for listening.
Quick, charge at 240.
Hot news, cool vibes, sports, and more on the Integrity Station. We educate, that's why we are respected. We inform, that's why we are loved. More music, we are the best. The Integrity Station. Splash, splash.